Good morning, friends. Happy Thursday, March 30th. Crystal here from Find Your Road Home with today's 3-card reading. Please remember, the first card is always for you. The second card is always for someone else. That someone else might be a stranger, a friend, a loved one. Sometimes it's you. And then the third card is something to remember or watch for. It is often an opportunity. Okay? All right. So, today, the cards were like, you know what? You haven't had these cards in like ever. So let me throw these at you. So if I have to refer to my notes, I apologize. But seriously, there's 2 cards today that we don't get very often. So, and then one of them, I didn't really like how I had it written up. So I had to really think about it some more and do a little more investigation of the word. Are you ready? Okay. So the message for you today, which means it's also the message for me, yay, is aura. Let me actually show you the card. Aura, A-U-R-A, okay? This is the one I had to investigate more because I didn't like the way I had it written. Not that the way I had it written in the book is bad. It's fine. It was just, I'm like, I'm not feeling that that's what the universe is trying to tell us with this one today. So I had to go, I went and I looked up aura in the dictionary, because to me, I think of aura as our energy, kind of that energy field, and people like to take pictures of your aura, right? So that's what I think of, and that's what's in the book, essentially. But I didn't really feel like that's what it was. I don't feel like today that it's about the energy that you're putting off. Although indirectly, I suppose it's about the energy that you're putting off. But I really think it's about the energy of a situation. Okay? Not necessarily your energy. Now, it could be another person's energy, I guess. But I really feel like it's more about the situation as a collective and not an individual person. Does that make sense? Like, that seems kind of, I guess that, I don't know, feels fine to me. Here's another thing that it could be. And this one, I was like, oh, I didn't even like have a clue that was anything related to aura. So they mentioned that a subtle stimulus, that is one of the definitions. And, a subtle sensory stimulus. Okay. For example, like I smell baking bread. That would be a subtle sensory stimulus. Here's the better part. What if you smell the baking bread and there's no one baking bread? What does baking bread make you think of? Some of you, it might be a grandparent. Others of you, it might be my parents owned a restaurant. And so, freshly baked bread makes me think of back when I was a kid running around. I don't know what your memory is. I can't tap into your brain. I can only tap into what the universe says. So you have to kind of figure this out. So is it going to be, so just be aware. Okay. That's always what this message is about, is just being aware that these things might occur today. And if you're aware that they're going to occur, maybe you can approach them with more curiosity as opposed to wall. Okay. That's the whole intent of a 3-card reading, is how can I be prepared for what's coming in the day so that I approach it with curiosity versus approaching it with walls. Okay. So today for you, it's aura, and either there's going to be an energy to a situation, or there's going to be something that makes you remember something, some kind of sensory input, probably a smell, but it could be a visual. It could be a song. Songs are my favorite. But for me, it would probably be a smell if it's trying to be subtle. Okay. Anything else? Now, does that mean it's not your energy field? Okay. Always, like I shouldn't even have to say this in a daily card reading. Always be aware of your energy and what you are putting out there to the universe, because what you put out is what you get back. Hopefully you all said that in response. What you put out is what you get back. And if you're not putting out what you want, like whatever it is you want to receive, that's what you got to put out there in the world, friend. You can't put out a whole bunch of cranky negative telling people what to do and then expect them to follow what you say. Because like, it's counterproductive. Like, I just don't understand. The two energies don't match. All right. Oh, let's talk about the details of the card. Aura is a green go. So as soon as you just like, I feel like it's really going with the flow. So the road is a waterway, go with the flow. So as soon as you like just accept and kind of go with the flow and you recognize and you appreciate, you don't have to. Appreciate does not mean like, in my opinion. I haven't, maybe I haven't done this emotion in my 100-day project yet. But to me, appreciate does not mean like. Appreciate means recognizing that other people have opinions and have things and may not think the way that you do. And I can appreciate that. I don't have to like approve of it, but I can appreciate it, right? So, but I also shouldn't be imposing on anyone else either. Like the way my way is, it shouldn't be the way your way is. Like, that's ridiculous. You have to do what works for you. It is a move forward, no backwards, friends, no past. Forget that jazz. Although you're getting a subtle sensory stimulus. So maybe that subtle sense. So, whoa. So that bread reminder. So, oh, it reminds me of the restaurant when I was a kid. Well, why are you being reminded of the restaurant when you were a kid? Is it because you need to remember how to be a little more resilient because your parents as owners of the restaurant, if you think back for a minute, they probably didn't have any money. But you probably felt like you were so rich and everybody loved you because you were this little kid in this environment where you're like little looking up like, wow, everyone loves my parents, you know, and you smell this bread and it like reminds you of what it might be some of those lessons. It's not a reminder to go back that I missed the past and I want to be there. It's a reminder of how can I use those lessons for my future? Or how can I use those things for immediate change? It's a reminder of those lessons I've already learned or lessons someone else has learned. It's a reminder of the energy that I want. Ooh. Let's say that one again. A reminder of the energy that we want. I like it. Okay. It is also an air. So, relationships, collaboration, teamwork, communication. Yeah. All right. The message for someone else. I love that all of you watching this are always my someone else. Like, because so many times my friends who watch this need to hear these messages. Okay. All right. So today's message for someone else is Fool. Fool is a reminder that we just don't have the experience. We're just this little itty bitty baby seedling. And we're out there trying to pretend we're this big giant tree that is ready to face all the winds. When really we're just this seedling. And more than likely, we're probably not even the seedling, because the seedling is probably a little more protected because it's closer to the ground. We're probably more like that, that sapling tree that needs to be secured and tied off so that when the winds come, it doesn't like get blown over. That's where we're at, friends. So don't beat yourself up. Tell your friend not to beat themselves up. They're just not experienced. You've heard me quote Malcolm Gladwell a million times. It takes 10,000 hours to be an expert at something. While I may not like that statistic, it's a really easy one to throw out there. Do the math. 24 hours in a day, 10,000 hours to become an expert. Do you even practice it for 24 hours in a day? How many days, do some division, get a calculator out. I would do the long division because I'm crazy like that, which is why I'm not going to figure it out real quick. Actually, wait. 40? 40 days straight? Is that right? Because 100 times 10, I feel like it's 40. Someone do a calculator and tell me in the comments what's the answer. 10,000 divided because I estimated. I rounded the 20, the 24 up to 25. So that was a quarter. Okay. That's 1/4 of 100. Oh, okay. 400 days. So it would take us over a year of every day, all day, to become an expert at this. Does that put that into perspective for you? Sorry about my math. A little over 400 days to become the expert. And that's 24 hours straight. Like, that's not even sleeping. You sleep. Okay. All right. So remind our friend that it is about the journey, not the destination. Okay. Dirt road is a green. So as soon as you realize that it is about not about the destination, it's about the journey. Oh my gosh, I keep screwing that up every day. You can relax because, gosh, it takes a long time to get 10,000 hours of experience. Also, are you really practicing or are you just doing it at home in your head? Like, are you actually interacting with other people? Okay, just asking. Next is immediate change and future. Again, not the past. If we are reminded of anything from the past or if we're drawn to the past, then we need to remember that those are the lessons for our aura, for us moving forward, reminding us of those things we've already learned in really gentle ways, because it's not a lesson again. These are just reminders of lessons. That's nice. Like, really seriously. Like, it might be someone else is going through that problem right now and you're watching it from the outside. Yes, we get to do that every once in a while. It's true. We don't always have to go through the hard lesson to have a reminder of the lesson. It's just a matter of how much are you paying attention. Because if you're not paying attention, eventually you're going to get the hard one because you're not listening. Okay? So listen now while it's easy. And for our friend, it's Fool. They just need more practice. And it is a water. So they might be feeling a little emotional about it. Tell them to turn off the trickster in their head and just go practice some more. Find someone to connect with that they can practice with. Really, honestly, I feel like we need a group of people. Like, this reading would have been perfect if it had given us hold or something like that. I still think it's good though. Are you ready? So, the card to remember or watch for. Card to remember or watch for is dark. And yes, dark has a cost associated with it. If we don't listen, we need to stop immediately and we need to pay attention to this. What is this lesson? I've said this one before. It's actually come in many other gentler forms and we haven't listened. And so now it's giving us this yucky toll road to go with dark. Dark is saying that what we want or what we need or what we're searching for is right in front of our face. Take off your blinders, take off your sunglasses, take off whatever it is that's keeping you from seeing it. Pride. I'm not sure what it is. Like, I feel like it's pride and it's right in front of your face. Okay? Like, seriously. In fact, you've probably talked to people about it ad nauseum, but yet you're still not seeing it. Okay? So either you're doing something or you're looking for you're doing something that you know you shouldn't be doing. Like, you have said a million times, but yet for some reason you still end up doing it. And more than likely it's like not the right thing. It's like you're hiding. You're doing these other things over here so that you don't have to do what you're really supposed to do. Or it's been hitting you in the head like this, and you're just, sorry, that's probably not nice. And you're just ignoring it, okay? Or You've just been like this. I just don't know why I can't figure out what the solution is. I really just don't know. Maybe you're not listening. Maybe you're just sitting here in the dark like me with your eyes closed. Or in regards to me and emotion, la, 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 la. If I don't hear people are having the problems, then I don't have to feel bad. Seriously, that's dark. Like, we can't do these things. We cannot avoid them. It's not okay. We have to take them off. And we have to experience it. All right. This one is a past or a future. And honestly, it's if we don't recognize that we've been ignoring it. Yeah. So take your blinders off, friends. Because if you don't, there is going to be a cost. You're not going to get where you want to go if you don't stop. This one is going to hurt you and only you. Okay. It's another emotion. There's some emotional reason why you can't let go of those glasses. I know my emotional reason. I don't want to feel those emotions. They're awful. They're uncomfortable. Okay. Which, by the way, did you know uncomfortable comes from ashamed? Like has a whole new perspective to that feeling of uncomfortable. I'm uncomfortable. So if you're using the word uncomfortable and it's not really like kind of like ashamed or self-judgment, then maybe change the word. Like, and maybe just say, instead of I'm uncomfortable, say I do not like sitting in this chair. Okay? Like, be direct. Sometimes instead of just stating the fact, like we state our emotion to people, and we just need to state the fact to the people. I think we state the emotion to try to get them to understand why we don't like the chair. But the truth is, who cares your why? Just, I don't like this chair. Well, why don't you like this chair? It makes me uncomfortable. Why does it make you uncomfortable? Well, it doesn't feel good. My bum hangs over a little bit. Well, wait a minute. There comes the self-judgment. Like, see, it's laying underneath there. I'm overweight. And so when I sit on this chair, it makes me uncomfortable. Well, it's not just a pain in my, people think, oh, well, that's just a pain in your bum. Like your bones hurt like that. No, uncomfortable is in here. Okay. Ooh, that was deep. Okay. I don't know how I got there. Tangent. That was my 100-day project emotion of the day. And it was very insightful. So sorry I shared with you. If I'm going to learn a lesson, the way I learn best is I teach. So I had to share that with you so that I made sure that I learned that lesson. Here's the thing. I'm a trainer, and I hear a lot that people are uncomfortable. And so I think it's important that I start to think about that word in a different way. It's not just about, do they have a pain in their butt? Okay. So I'm going to listen to that message. All right. So if you need to rehear the cards, my friend says, don't go through them again. They can just rewind. So just rewind if you need to hear them again. Just remember, give yourself grace. Help your friends give themselves grace. It is the end of the month. We're getting ready to shift into April. I cannot believe how fast this year is flying by. But I suspect that most of you now feel like we are officially in the new year after last year, or last year, after last week. Maybe I should just stop talking and sign off for today. All right. Have a great day, my friends. Go out there with kindness. Do nice things for other people. You do not know what they're going through. Love you and see you tomorrow. Mwah.